What up, what up, what up?
It's Sunday.
You know what that means.
Time for butt stuff.
Yeah, very, very, very special DJ-less episode.
DJ-less episode. I don't think I've ever been here for a DJ-less episode.
I think I've been here for one, but everybody gets their time. Everybody gets a little break,
DJ's got some time off. That's all right. It's the day of
motherhood.
It's the day of motherhood. It's a big day. It's DJ's job to say it's the day of the Lord, Sunday. So I'll save that for him.
DJ, where are you?
DJ, we need your Christianity, our prophet.
Yeah. But so
we've had an interesting week.
We had an interesting development earlier.
The Mother's Day text.
Jim texted DJ's mom.
We're suspecting it might be before Donald has texted his own mom.
It is so evil.
It might be a point of conflict.
It is a bad plan. So this is a joke that you, the listeners, actually get to be in on before DJ.
DJ hasn't even seen this yet.
DJ has not been hassled by his mom for not texting her before Jim. And that's how tight-knit the gang is, dude. That's how tight-knit the gang is. I personally did not text her, but that's because she thinks that I may be a challenge sort.
Yeah, there was a sandwich that I think you made 8 years ago that was
so
wrong,
bad
and
that she thought that I could never recover from that. But I have, No.
Do you remember her sandwich order?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I would be.
She was really nice. It's just like I could tell that she was just unhappy, and that there was nothing I could do with my meats and veggies that could make her happier.
No amount of oil, no amount of vinegar.
I just feel like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Too much, too little. I don't know. But
well, she was one of the first people to wish me happy birthday.
Dude, so you got like do you think she texts DJ on DJ's birthday as early as
I don't know. She texted me at like 6 a.m.
She wanted to be first.
It was early. Yeah.
See,
early bird gets the worm.
You guys have a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yes. It's very fun. She calls herself Other Mom.
Other Mom. I have that with my buddy Eric. Kind of. I call like I'm always like Mom.
Well, this whole thing started because you said you do a similar thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I do.
Oh,
my friend Eric's mom. No, but it's always like funny because there was just like if you beat their kid, it's just like they're I make them look bad and they get to like have it's like an ongoing joke,
Yeah.
It's just it keeps on giving.
It's a harmless prank.
And
it's fun.
Like just get their game up. Wish my mom won,
You know what? It's gonna be. We're all gonna laugh about it when we're at Outback 4 months from now.
Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah. No, yeah, we're not going to Australia.
I would love to go to Australia, man.
Dude, I would too.
Except for they got the fucked up spiders, man. I don't know. That's sometimes you'll be on the interwebs and you'll see like one of these fucking spiders that's bigger than me, like a 60-pound spider. Just like fucking
I don't want to
killing a bat or something in its web.
There was like this one I don't know if it was like National Geographic or what it was, but it was just like the top 10 killer ants, and I was like, why is there 10? Why is this a show? And I watched it and it made me terrified to go to those countries because I was like, I just don't want to get killed by ants.
Dude, imagine that this is just like National Geographic's fucking great conspiracy. They're just trying to keep you away from all these sick places with resources.
Dude, we got all this gold.
they just have Bilderberg meetings and like fucking Bohemian Grove shit just happening in the Amazon with these fucking 10 fire ants guarding the gates.
Oh man, I would love to believe that's real.
What animal are you most afraid of?
After watching the documentary,
Fucking
Might have
ants.
been ants. No, what animal I'm afraid of? Well, I kind of have like I don't know. I'm not the most afraid of it. I kind of have like an irrational fear of like horses. Horses kind of freak
I'm
me
kind
out.
of like fuck horses.
I
too.
don't like being around horses. I don't know. I'm kind of just uncomfortable around them.
Is it because of pee-pee's horses?
No. Well, I mean, that was
My
kind of
buddy
like
Pete had this dickhole horse that like would bop you on the head and fucking grit his teeth at you and shit like that. I
yeah.
was like, dude, I don't like this thing and it doesn't like me. Can we leave?
And then wasn't our friend wasn't his friend kicked by a horse?
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
ER.
Oh yeah, dude, it's just Evan. There's so many Evans. Figure it out. You know what I mean? You deserve it. If you can decipher one of our fucking Da Vinci codes.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that he got kicked, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then there was just that one time where I was tripping and I saw that horse up close, and I was like, whew.
Okay, but when you're tripping, horses with cops can feel like the goddamn Gestapo. You know
It's
what I
straight
mean?
up like the Nazgul. Like I was like, oh, fuck that.
Dude, it's just
The ring
they're-
rates are here.
They are there for intimidation only. You know what I mean? That's like some primal menacing shit.
Yeah.
Like it is like there you should be on a Segway, like an all-terrain Segway or like an ATV is more useful for your purposes. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
than just being
What are
on
you
a
gonna
big
do?
horse.
Dude, if you arrest somebody on a horse, what do they sit behind you like a fucking Western? Like, all right, let's ride into town.
I
I'm
got
gonna
him
collect this
lassoed up.
bounty. I never got that. Like, dude, okay, you're gonna fucking put this guy on your horse and ride the bounty in alive?
No, they probably just hold them and then I don't know. That's a good question. What if you're in the park and they're like, all right, I gotta walk you with my fucking horse?
they drag you back
Yeah,
to
probably.
the station.
They just hog tie you.
Dude, so fucked. But like when you like that's something that when is PETA gonna come for the cops on the horses? You know what I mean? Like anytime I see a cop with an animal, I'm just like there'll be like these Facebook and Instagram propaganda posts where it's like it's just like look at this fucking beautiful retired cop and it's like it's a German Shepherd and I'm just like whatever and then like when they die it's like oh my god let's mourn this German Shepherd and I'm like that German Shepherd has violated more rights than you could possibly imagine.
That German Shepherd probably has more rights than you.
Dude, they do. If you kill a police officer, it's I think it's there's a whole movie on this. It's half baked. So
I mean, not to get
yeah,
get into it. We're not trying to get into it.
we're not trying to get into
We're
it.
not trying to. It's
But I see them. I see these fucking these dogs, and I'm like, yeah. I'm not saying that they're bad dogs. You know, they're good dogs, but they probably want to be playing. I don't know that they want to be hunting people. You know, it's
Well,
kind of just like the most abusive thing you could do is design a dog to bite.
they want to be busy. That's that's just the thing about those kind of dogs. They gotta be active.
See, I get the hounds that are like trying to find people. Get that? I kind of get the bomb dogs, but like. I care more about that dog than any asshole.
And like a lot of shepherds too, like they can be used for like bomb sniffing and cocaine sniffing,
right, violating,
checking your bags.
So there was this one
making
time
you scared in the airport.
I was going to. I feel like I told this story on the pod, but I was going to this. I was going to this fish show, right, in Virginia, and I'm driving through Maryland, and I'm going like 60 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, and this freaking.
What's the limit? 30?
I think it's 45 or 50.
Oh, right. So you're.
I'm going 5 or 10 over.
Yeah, you're cruising.
10 over. This cop pulls me over, and he's just like a Maryland. He might be in Maryland State or like this county.
Oh, yeah.
He pulls me over, and he's just like, "Hey, how you doing today?" And I'm like, "Pretty good. How about you?" Sorry about that. And he's just like, "Yeah, so I got 2 choices for you. You could, I can let you off with a warning, or no. What did he say? He was like, "Prefer." I was like, "Is that even a question? I prefer the warning." And then he was just like, "Okay." And then he was just like, "I just gotta have this dog come and sniff your car." And like he pulls me out of the car. This dog's just going through my car. They said that the dog indicated on my car and they go through my car, and they find nothing. They find nothing all along, and I'm just like, don't you think it's strange that the dog indicated and you had to search me? And I told you like all the shit that I had nothing. He's just like, it indicated on the. I don't know. And then like he was
Did
trying
he
to
tell you what it was indicating?
No. So he also said that it was like I had like recently picked up like my prescription, and I had like I had prescription pills in there, and he's like, "Oh, it must have been the prescription." I'm like, "Dude, the dog is not trained to smell plastic fucking coated pills." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. It was stupid fucking shit, but
So
like,
you just got the warning?
no, they threw the fucking book at me. I just didn't have anything. I didn't get like a ticket. If that, yeah, they let me off on the ticket, but the whole
But
that was entrapment
yeah.
because he was saying I'd write you a ticket for this and send me on my way. You know what I mean? Or a warning and fucking
hassle you for 45 minutes.
So the thing that he trapped me with is that like I said that like, hey, like you say like, hey, give me a ticket and send me on my way. I know I'm guilty of that. Like, you know what I mean? And then you play guilty and you got to go back to Maryland and all that shit. And he knew that I wasn't going to do that.
But if you want to play innocent, he's going to say, "Oh, I'm going to try to find you
He's like,
guilty."
Like, all right. He like then after I said warning, he was like, I think I smell pot. Let's just like, you know what I mean? And like, thank God I had like a pen. You know what I mean? So the pen was just in my console. Like, he didn't know about it at all.
Did not know.
And Maryland's like a throw the fucking book at you shit.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
it looked like an e-pen. So it's like,
There was somebody that there was someone that worked at Domino's, and she went cross country, and she was driving back home, and she got pulled over in like Iowa or something with like 3 grams on her, and just like, yeah, they are just like no fucks given, or like they will just fucking fuck you for it. Like, it does not matter how much you have. It's just like, oh, yep, this is serious.
dude, thank God
This
that's
is
like
heroin.
a thing of the past now. Thank God for that. You know?
I think some states may be on the verge of changing, but I mean, some states might still be kind of some of the hardline, more Bible Beltish ones. God, I got to say that's been one thing. It's been kind of nice to, you know, just not have that conversation.
What conversation?
Just like, you know, political conversations I don't want to get involved in with my family. It's pretty much it.
Yeah. I have the same thing. Anybody I generally talk politics with, I always kind of like I can't take either side seriously at all. And like obviously
Well, the thing I think if you like try to say whatever side you're just like, yeah, no, I just think it's kind of bullshit. They just like assume that you just are with the other side, and it's
Yeah.
just like, no, like I don't like that side either. Like, how do I explain it? It's all fucked up.
dude, I just hate propaganda from either source.
Yeah, exactly.
And every outlet is out there trying to tell you how to feel. And I fucking hate it. And I hate it when like they use like these followers of both gangs whenever they use their dialogue that's like, oh, you just got that right from so and so's mouth. Oh, Rachel Maddow's mouth is in the house right now.
Yeah,
in her propaganda list, or Tucker Carlson, or whomever. You know what I mean? And I hear it, and I'm just like, do you guys like think anything?
Yeah, well, sometimes
yourself?
it's just strange because it's almost, and I think I've brought this up before. It's just like I'll be talking to them, and it's almost like a light bulb goes off, and they're like, "Oh shit, I haven't like said my Tucker Carlson line in 15 minutes. Like, let me recycle this." And it's like, dude, we were just talking about something complete. We were talking about steaks and Price Chopper. Like,
yeah, the best is like they're no, not gonna get it. But I see like some of the craziest posts from like it's definitely gotten so much better, I guess, since like the election cycle and all that shit's over, and like there's no like I don't know that it's better, it's just you hear it less.
You know, it's kind of amazing to me how like, to me it feels like Trump just kind of disappeared. Like, I see his name every now and then, but like I'm like, where like the news cycle like was just him for like 5 years. It just like never stopped. What he said, because I just liked getting angry at it, and it was, you know, now that's just gone, and I'm like, I'm kind of glad. I'm glad that that's not my number one thing. Jesus of Russia.
Oh, I'm not connected to the internet. That's not good.
Oh, jeez, man. What is Jesus of Russia?
Okay,
Is this a man that he's from Russia and believes he's Jesus?
Yes,
I think I've heard about this.
dude. This guy's a fuck. I don't know that I wrote his name down.
I think I watched. I may have watched a while ago.
This is Drew
We
Carey.
got Drew Carey here. Jesus of Russia.
Yeah. Okay. So here the fuck he is, and basically he was a
So he looks like white Jesus, except Russian.
yeah.
You know.
He was a traffic officer in Russia, and then one day woke up and was like, Jesus. Just got 10,000 followers to sell all of their shit and join him on a commune.
So I wonder how does he perform this? This Jesus.
What the heck is going on outside, dude?
That's just kids having fun.
Dude, fucking ads, bro.
Dude, my neighbor is like the Pied Piper. He
I don't like the sound of that. What happened?
dude, all the neighborhood kids just like gather at his house and they all just like play with Bobby, and Bobby's just like this 65-year-old crackhead dude.
So here they are, perp walking Jesus, the Pied Piper idiots, and
They got some circus tents behind him.
basically it's like your classic cult thing. I can't play the audio, but just Google Jesus.
He founded the Church of the Last Testament in 91 after the Awakening, in quotations.
So basically, and like I looked into this. Every major city, I feel like anyway, less populated places, all have this guy, like a different version of this guy who just like sells himself as Jesus.
There's this
like
other
one
guy
in Brazil. There's one in Taiwan.
I think it's the guy in Brazil. His name is like Raphael. Look up like Jesus Raphael. He's got his name's like Raphael or something, Raphael or Raphael something, and he like says that he's the descendant of Jesus, and he has like this goofy ass website. I think he might have also said that he was a time traveler.
Have you ever
People who claim to be Josu.
Dude, I mean, have you ever been so high you thought you were Jesus for like a split second?
Bro, longer than a split second.
I'm saying that because I don't want to be sinning out here. Oh, here he is. Here's the same guy. His name is Sergey Torop.
Sergey Topop.
And basically, dude, honestly,
Wow, look at this list. Holy shit.
Think
So far, I was like, wow, there's only like 9 people.
think about this. How crazy would it be if all these people were Jesus? He just kept coming back and they kept killing
Bro,
him.
no one's listening.
kept killing him. Dude, like when Jesus comes back, 100% when/if he will be in an asylum. You know what I
Well,
mean?
he's just gotta come out the bat like Superman with the miracles, you know?
Yeah.
He's just gotta be flying around like, I got laser vision. I've seen your movies. I am the Superman Jesus.
Okay, the first guy, John Hugh Smythe Pidgeotto.
Oh yes, John Hugh Smith Pidgeotto, the original Pokemon.
He recruited 50 young followers.
Yeah.
Young female
young
followers
females, yes.
to supplement aging population. Dude, but like imagine these people are just really good salesmen. Like when you think about it, when you boil it down.
Oh, there's a couple of cult leaders. David Koresh, who's the David Koresh. There was another one up there. Applewhite.
Did I ever tell you about the guy that we talked to who was escaped the David Koresh cult there?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. But anyway, dude, all like what do you think they had to do to prove to these people? Like I kind of get that you can fool dumb people by looking like Jesus. I get that. But like the people who just don't look like Jesus, well, not don't look like, but how do you convince somebody that you're God? Just
I don't know, man.
Some bum that was just writing traffic tickets one day was like, I could probably get money for this.
Yeah.
And got a following of people.
It's pretty wild. I that's why I find it so fascinating because I don't like I think that's why I like watching, like murder crime shows where you're just like, man, these fucking people, like I've never had a day where I've just been, like, man, I gotta fucking throw them off the side of this canoe and fucking drown their ass.
Yeah, dude, it is.
I don't know what brings me. What brings you to that point?
I don't know. I don't know, man. But it is
Oh,
always.
look at this. Ann Lee, founder of the Shakers. That's right around the corner. She was the female incarnation of Christ on earth. Christ
Check
on
out
earth.
Ann Lee.
Christ on earth. Christ on earth.
Is that what that's? There's a street in Latham, Ann Lee Court.
That's when it's left. She was
Where the fuck? I'm trying to. Oh, Colony, New York, Waterbury Shaker. Dude, so right where we grew up, there was actually an incarnation of Christ.
Yep, Manor of Rensselaerswyck, Albany County.
And and she died in Waterbury.
Worshipped by estatic dancing or shaking. We went to Shakers.
Shake it.
Shake it out.
Shake it. Ann Lee.
She had 4
Just-
children and they all died in infancy. That's sad. That's just a little blip on the side there. She was actively Jesus from 58 to 84.
Imagine if you were the person writing this Wikipedia page and they were just like put in parentheses that they all died.
Well, look at that. She went from all the way. She was born in the great Manchester, England, Kingdom of Great Britain, and she died in Waterville. That's right where I live.
She was baptized privately. No, just
Maybe.
gonna read the Wikipedia.
You know, it's great. My brother Steve, he planted a tree, and he was like, "Yeah." When I was like going to plant the tree, like all I found was bones. We're like, someone's buried there in the back.
Yeah, we got
something's there.
we got viewer mail from Paul here.
Ooh.
He goes, Jim, some kid hit my new truck with a baseball near your house. If you see a young child with a baseball, I'm not gonna say that part. I'll get him for me, and I'll pay you.
The part is X-rated.
No,
You got to sign up for the Patreon.
Yeah,
for that
you
one.
gotta get on the Patreon. No, there's no Patreon yet. But it is crazy that
Well, tell Paul. Well, Paul, if you're listening, because I know you are. You know, there's a group of kids that hang out with Bobby, the Pied Piper of children. They're always outside playing. He's always screaming at them, telling them that you're too fucking slow.
wait, does Bobby have kids?
No, Bobby's just an old crackhead, and they just let all the kids play with him, and he's usually just hammered. I don't know where he works. He leaves for like 2 hours, shows up. Kids come over. There's like fucking 12 of them. Dude, the one day there was just one kid in the backyard. They weren't even in Bobby's backyard. They were just in some, I don't know. All these people like commingle. And like, so they're just in the backyard and the kid's just running a circle around Bobby and Bobby's just going, faster, you fucking slowpoke, faster.
Dude, what the fuck?
I have no idea. The whole time we were like, yeah, that's just Bobby with the neighborhood kids. My stepmother is like, it's a little strange, you know. I don't think I'd let my kids play with that man.
Did you ever read The Pig Man?
No, the pig man.
This Pig Man. It's. I read this book in like 7th grade. Basically, these kids, like these like lost, wayward children, hang out with
We got some statics.
We got it.
I think I fixed it. It was me.
So there's this character John and this other like teenage girl that like they're kind of like a basically a couple, and they just hang out with this old weird man that collects pigs, and like he's just like he's drinking and smoking the whole time, and then basically like they throw a party at the pig man's house, and the pig man collected these pigs with like his wife or whatever, and he's widowed.
Yeah.
And like the kids at the party are just throwing these pigs around. They break all the pigs and then leave.
Wait, are they like real pigs?
No, they're
like figurine.
They're like
pigs.
figurines. They're
I'd be tight.
like glass.
Bro,
Like
if someone came in and broke all my bird statues, I'd be fucking livid.
yeah. So imagine though that it's these two kids that you're trying to be like Holden Caulfield or whatever. You're trying to save these kids from a downward spiral, and like you're alone. You're a pig man.
They break your pigs, man.
They break the pigs, and then he dies. He dies of a broken heart. If you were gonna read the Pig Man, you should have stopped listening 30 seconds ago.
Wow.
But basically, this badass John. And like it starts out like they're smoking and drinking in like a graveyard or whatever, and then basically it just ends with them back at the graveyard. Only people who showed up for the Pigman's funeral, and like the chick is crying, and he's just like, I can't believe I fucked up. And then like I want to say that he gives up booze and
Hold on. Jesus.
No, it's good.
Apparently popular right now.
But no, I think that that's how Bobby's movie is going to end. All these kids are going to grow up and they're going to start like, doing what teens do, hanging out, drinking. They're going to be like, come on, I know this old crackhead Bobby. Let's go over to his house. And they're going to break.
Okay, so I don't like Bobby. I think there was just this one back home from McDonald's, and like I was walking in the door, he just popped his head out his door and was like, don't walk so fast. And I was like, bro, fuck you. I don't like Bobby. And he was also bitching about, well, I mean, I kind of understand this because we were taking up a lot of we did have a moving truck parked outside my house for like fucking 5 days.
So he's like, hey, the fucking parking.
The parking. Even though the parking is fine on the street. Like fucking plenty of room. Everybody relax. No one drives Watervliet. People can't afford cars.
Yeah, fucking hey, cops. Michael Jackson reincarnated is across the house. He's setting up a fucking playland in his backyard for these 12 kids. Look into him. He's bitching at me about parking spaces.
Fucking kind of piece of shit. Everywhere you go, you have a Bobby. That's what I was talking about with Karen, because they have a fucking Bobby down at their place in North Carolina. They actually he moved, but they had this kid. He lived on the street. And did you ever watch Killing of a Sacred Deer?
No.
So Killing of a Sacred Deer is this movie where it's like I think it's there's the fucking guy from In Bruges, Colin Farrell. It's Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman, and like they're like he's this doctor. I don't really want to get into the movie, but the movie's very good. But there's this kid in the movie, and he's extremely fucking creepy and weird. And there's like something just really mundane about him, and that's kind of weird. But he's like also just kind of troubled. And this kid Bobby that lived on their street reminded me of him. And I remember just like the first time, my first interaction with Bobby, I was walking up the street, and I'm walking with my Uncle Ed, and we're walking the dogs. Bless you. And bless you. And so we're walking the dogs, and this kid Bobby is just driving behind us in this little motorized scooter. And he's like, what are you guys doing? And like, I kind of look at him, and I just kind of grill him for a second and don't say anything and just turn my head forward. And like, my Uncle Ed's like, we're walking the dogs. And he's like, why? And like, I kind of look at Ed, and Ed looks at me, and like, we kind of just nod, and I'm like, all right. And I'm like, let's just keep going. And he just like keeps following us. And then he gets really close to the dogs. And I'm like, hey, do you mind? And he's just like, where are you going? And we're like, we're walking the dogs. And so like he like leaves, or like he like does this big U-turn and drives back and gives us this like weird eye. And I'm like, Karen, what the fuck is up with that kid? And she's like, holy fucking hell, Jim. She's like, that kid is like the subject of every homeowners meeting, like, because he's always driving around in a scooter. He's like in people's yards. Like,
what kind of scooter is it?
He had like a little like motorized scooter thing.
Like, okay, like it's like a Razor, right? It's not like Stephen Hawking's scooter.
No. He was just like a little, like, he was a little shithead.
That changes the story so much. 'Cause
No.
I was picturing like
No.
a hover round.
No. He had like, so I think he had like
Jim's
a
about
bike.
to knock this kid's wheelchair over.
Oh my
Little
God,
piece
no.
of shit.
No, he had like I think he had like a bike at first or something, and then they got him like this little like motorized thing because they thought it would be better for some reason. The parents were like very like, laissez-faire, hands off, did not really do that much.
Yeah.
And it was just this like unfortunate thing where this kid was just like
Bullying adults in the neighborhood.
dude, he was super fucking creepy. And like if you would like
What did they do at the meetings?
it was like
Try to
classic-
greater good this kid?
I don't know what they did, but it was kind of very much so like, like give a mouse a cookie shit. Like he would like come to the house and be like, "Can I have a water bottle?" And you'd be like, you just had to say no, because if you said yes, he would just like keep showing up, or just like, and he was like, we'd be doing stuff, and he's like, "What are you doing?
Where are the
And you're
bullies?
like, dude, can you get the fuck out of here, Bobby?" Like,
Where are all the bullies that kept these kids in check?
I don't know.
There has to be one kid who's just
There's
like,
got to be one kid out there to kick his ass.
yeah. I never got the ass kick that I needed so bad, and that's why I turned out like this. So kids, or parents rather, if your kid's getting a hard time from somebody, just tell them like, yeah, it happens.
It's like a classic, Bender line. Have you ever simply just thought of turning off the TV, sitting down with your children, and hitting them?
Dude, no. But it is like one of those things though where kids are just kind of soft now. And like a kid like that, like imagine, like what year was that? Imagine that kid now. That kid's getting in, he's getting cocoa, he's leaving with half the fridge.
Yeah. We were watching a lot of like World War II videos the past like 2 days with my dad, and it is fucking insane. We watched this thing called The Great Raid, and it was
What's the Great Raid?
the guy hosting it was the guy from Top Gear, the old British dude.
Okay.
I fucking love that dude. And
dude, any British guy talking sounds immensely better. Like it's so like foreign, and it sounds so proper that it like activates a different part of your brain. Like if David Attenborough was talking about shit, just like he has
God,
such a
guess
way
my
with,
juices flowing,
he's
bro.
such a way with words.
Oh my God, I know. Oh, shiver the timbers.
No, but okay. So the Top Gear guy is talking about.
So this thing, the Great Raid, there was like, I think it's like Saint Nazaire in France, and they had like the Nazis had like this giant like U-boat thing there, like that's where they stored them all. And so the Brits came up with this plan where they're like, all right, we're going to take one of our boats, and they like slightly modified it and put a fake German flag on. And they were like, what we're going to do is put a bomb on this boat. And they took all these, like they took like the best of the best. They were all like commandos. And so they take all these commandos and they put them on the boat, and no one else, like there's like all these letters from like all these because they're like trying to put together this like special task force, and like there's like all letters from the officers in the Navy and the Army, and they're like, yeah, like we are not going to donate our soldiers or our like ships or our planes like for this like this thing that is not going to work, because the plan is they're just going to roll in, they're going to set up the commandos are going to roll in on this boat, they're all going to jump off the
Trojan
boat
horse.
fucking Trojan horse this fucking boat in, and then they're gonna jump on these fucking they were like
lifeboats,
like passenger boats essentially that they still use now for like touring things, but they were all wooden, they had no protection from like any fire, and they were like not really good in open seas. They were like kind of built to make the Navy look bigger than they were, and so they were going to leave on 16 of these boats. And so what happens is the commandos, they get like past the first 3 pillboxes of like Nazi machine guns, and then they're like radioing. They're like, what the fuck's going on with the ship? Because the ship couldn't really like, it wasn't equipped to like really even go in those waters. So it kept getting pushed off to the side. And like, so the Germans started signaling them, and they're like signaling back because they have the German codes. And they're like, it took them a while before they started realizing like it wasn't German. And then so they started firing at them, and they're like, we got fucking bullets coming in from everywhere. And there was the video was like ripped off of VHS on YouTube. So it was like 25 years old on History Channel. So all the World War II guys were still alive for it, like talking about it. And they're like, oh yeah, fucking like it's just like shit coming in from every which way. We're on this boat. We're like the fucking one of the captains gets shot, and then like the second, like the guy driving the boat gets shot. It's called the Great Raid. And then the second guy, like who grabs the steering wheel, immediately gets shot. And then this, like the guy that built the bomb, go down. It's this one. The guy that built the bomb, then like he mans the ship. They get the ship in. The ship fucking rears into the building, and all the commandos get captured. And the Nazis like leave them alive. And they're like, the Nazis were like, dude, these guys are fucking insane. There was one Nazi that was like, whoever that one guy was on that one passenger boat, like, you have to give that guy a Medal of Valor. Like, we signaled to him like 15 times, like, surrender, like, stop firing. And the guy just like went down on his fucking tiny little boat, just like shooting at this fucking destroyer that he knew he could not kill. And he were just like, no, fuck you. And just like brought it all the way down to the end. And the Nazis were like, dude, these are the fucking craziest motherfuckers. Like the Nazis were like amazed that like this group of fucking British guys would even try this, because it was such a fucking batshit insane plan. and so the bomb never went off. And so like all the Brits are held captive there in this place. And they're all just like, dude, any second this bomb could just go off. And like eventually it did. It was like 12 hours later, the bomb just blew.
That was the bomb.
Yeah, that was the bomb. I forget how that was the so I can hear it. Yeah, leave it on. It's very sensitive.
The bomb knocked the microphone loose there.
Yeah. It's causing years of static.
Years and years.
It's echoing. I kind of forget. So
wait, where were they when the bomb detonated? They were still captured by the Germans?
Yeah, they were still captured. And then the bomb detonated. For some reason, they didn't all like just get killed. And that was kind of like the end of it. And then they like got away. Some of them got away on those like shitty boats.
How many got captured?
A lot of them.
Jeez. And like so the Nazis just had them. They're like, hey, you got balls. We like balls.
Yeah. I think that's why, because they were like, these guys are so fucking crazy. Like, we're not. And they kind of showed like when they were like training these guys to like do this shit, they were having these guys like do wild exercises. Scary stuff.
That is like, dude, I don't know. There's something about like war stories that like it's just so interesting to listen to. Like,
dude,
the chest masters that people would have with like real human bodies.
We were like watching these things about like the German Zeppelins in World War I, or like Steve was telling us about it, and it was like these German Zeppelins would get so high up because they were just loaded with helium. And like there was nothing that like once the Zeppelins went up, they were up, and like they would just drop bombs wherever there was no accuracy with it. They were just like scattering bombs over Britain, and like there was like these British pilots were just taking these biplanes and just doing fucking circles, just trying to get up to fucking altitude just so they could get to the fucking Zeppelins to shoot them down. And like once the German soldiers would see like the fucking planes getting up, they would be like, all right, and they would just fucking release everything because they knew the fucking Zeppelin was just gonna blow because it was a giant bomb in the sky.
Yeah,
it was fucking. I'm like, dude, these people, this is a different breed of humans. Like, we are the softest. Like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Watching like we watched this whole thing about like the Pacific Theater, like these P-38 Lightnings going up against the Mitsubishi Zeros. Dude, it was nuts.
Mitsubishi just quietly making cars after bombs.
I think that's really funny how that works. It's just like they all were like wartime production, like made tanks and airplanes and like destroyers, and they're like, all right, now I make a Honda Civic.
Fucking Willys, dude. Willys and the Jeep.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Like they developed that I think that vehicle for World War I. Mass produce these things.
This is trouble. Let's do it.
But yeah, dude, like same thing with the kamikazes and shit, dude. Like I can't even imagine just being like, all right, fuck it, we're going.
So John said that my brother John said a lot of those pilots, like a lot of the kamikaze pilots, ended up radioing in to the Americans and were like, "Hey, my orders are to fly into you. I don't want to do that. Like, can I land and be a prisoner?" Like they
Really?
because they said like he's saying like the only people that they let fly the planes were like the intelligent people, and they were like, "Yeah, no, I'm not just gonna fucking fly I'm not just gonna die." Like, so they would land, they would fly, and then give them surrender.
Wow. That's like the story that the American school system never wanted me to hear. You know what I mean? They wanted what I was taught for years is like, these crazy bastards.
Yeah, right.
Suicide bombing, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like shit like that.
Dude.
And like, oh my god, we had to go to war. Like, that's like my entire family's thing. Like, and this is like the propaganda that my grandma and grandparents digested was that like, oh, we have to go to war and we have to end it with the A bomb. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These fucks, like, and basically what it was is we were testing the atom bomb on a population. That's exactly what it is. But like somehow my grandma thought it was just like, why should we send like my husband over there to die because these people wanted to,
Yeah.
you know, crash their planes into our port? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like you never hear about like the people like, hey, sorry, I don't want to kill you, but like these are my orders, and landing and then being tortured there for information.
I forget what someone was like, "What happened to him?" And I was like, "They probably built the because my dad kept asking like, "Who built all these fucking railroads like going out and like through Utah and shit?" And I was like, "Yes, they probably built the railroads
Yeah.
going out there."
Dude. Yeah, fucking.
You know what? Another crazy thing. You know, so you know, if I say Charles Lindbergh, what do you think?
Sounds like a delicious cheese.
You know,
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Charles Lindbergh is he sounds like he made bombs. The Lindbergh bomb?
he was like
Scientist?
he broke the transatlantic flight record, and then he kidnapped his own child and set it up. It was like this whole thing with like the Lindbergh baby.
Who did he ransom?
I think he had his own kid killed, and he tried to set it up like it was a ransom. So that's kind of the thing that like most people know about him. But yeah, so he was the guy that figured out how to double the flight range on the P-38 Lightning from 900 miles to 1,800 miles, which allowed
How
us.
did he do that?
He was like a fucking famous pilot dude. In the war, he just went because he was interested in the plane. He had already set the transatlantic record, and he went as a civilian. He was already very high profile,
Yeah.
and went there, and he was tinkering around with the plane, and he found a way to extend the flight mileage. And so it was something where it totally changed the whole course of the war, because the Japanese, the Japanese didn't. They knew what the American range was, and then suddenly it was twice this range, and they were like, "Dude, where the fuck are all these planes coming from? Like, what the fuck?"
It's just so evil.
It's wild.
I love shit like that where somebody's just like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna do it like this. And then like that's like how I always anytime I'm at work, I'm like, how can I make this easier or
Yeah.
take less time, you know? And I love finding those little fucking secrets.
I got my little Amazon gift cards. I keep trying to we have bingo at work, and if you get bingo, you get you can get a $10 gift certificate to the liquor store. But I won bingo recently, so I can't win that gift card to the liquor store. But what I can do is make it so other people can't win bingo. So I find things on bingo, and then I go do them before other people do them, so they can't do them.
It's just so evil.
It's pretty evil.
So does it keep stacking, or is it just nobody's winning?
No, it just takes because like one of the things will be like cut chicken, and it will be like 3 things on the bingo thing, and then I'll just cut chicken, and you only have to cut chicken like once every week and a half.
To feed animals, or
yeah, for the dogs we give them chicken.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'll cut chicken, and then I'll mark myself off 3 times, even though knowing I can't win.
But they see that and they're like, damn, homie does a lot.
Yeah, it's just fun. And they know that I do that. I told them, I was like, it's called dream crushing. I was like, I can't win. And I was like, you put my name right on the thing that says I can't win. But I mean, I can make it so other people can't win. The girl did she put be honest and be fair in big bold letters because of me.
Were you not being honest and fair?
I thought I was being quite upfront with what I was doing.
That's so funny.
Dude, I enjoy it. We have fun.
I'm trying to. So what's it called? I know this is gonna be super douchey.
Super douchey. Douchecoin?
No, not that. But I was listening to it was one of those days at work where I just had to do a bunch of mindless shit. So I was like, I was about to put on a podcast, and I was like, you know what? Put on a fucking audiobook. And I was just like, what's the douchiest thing that I could listen to? And it was Plato, dude.
Oh yeah.
I listened to Plato. Yeah. What is it? It was Socrates' Apology.
Yeah. Was it eye opening, or was it just were you angry?
I mean, it was pretty. It was one of those things you feel bad, but another thing is like this man basically collected all the nobility in Greece and was just like, by Zeus, you all like suck. Like after he was convicted, like he was convicted of like trying to Pied Piper the youth of nobility to like free thought and like questioning the politics of everything. You know, so he like was teaching all their kids to be like, hey, like what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like basically all the nobility or like some people that mattered, I guess, like were like, hey, let's charge him with corrupting the youth and like blasphemy and like all this shit, basically. And then they had a whole trial, and he narrowly lost. And then they basically they were like, all right, like what do you want to do about this? And he's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna apologize. Like, you guys fucking suck. He's just like, you are gonna regret killing me for all of history. You know what I mean? And like,
yeah.
And then basically he died somehow a 75-year-old pre-Christ martyr. You know what I mean? Like he was like Christ before Christ. Like just like he basically said to them, like, you are dying for my sins now. And then, or I'm dying for your sins rather. And
he was probably so high on those fucking mountain crystals.
Dude, he was like,
he was sucking in the fumes.
I mean, even if it's just Plato writing fiction, it was an interesting listen. But like basically, he apologized for like the situations that caused this, and then basically told them like exactly why they were killing him. And he's just like, I have no problem with this. He's like, I'm at the end of my rope here. I have like 2 good years left. You guys look like dicks in the text.
By Zeus, you're all dicks.
By Zeus. That's another thing. It's so awesome. Every couple lines, like when somebody gets really heated, they go, by Zeus.
That's so great.
Dude. So like that got me like really like.
I wish I could work that into my everyday speech without sounding douchey.
No, you can. Just sound douche. Just sound douchey. Just like honestly, like I'm now consuming all this shit because it's just like it's not gonna make me stupider, right? Like I could listen to Joe Rogan.
You could listen to way worse, man.
I could listen to Joe Rogan telling like everybody like Alex Jones is not a bad guy. Not that I don't like Rogan. I like Rogan. He had Chappelle on. It was fucking good. But like I'm listening to this shit and I'm just like, I kind of want to make like a remake of like Plato's shit, but like frat bros, just like all like broing, like, dude, like, bro, like he's a good man. He's just trying to get you to wake the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like just do like frat bro Socrates. And just like I think it could be really funny. And then like also have like the by Zeus stuff. Like so basically, so like think of like, that shitty Romeo and Juliet remake where they all have guns.
Yeah.
Like that, but like very like Roman.
It's like Plato's Republic.
Plato's closet.
Plato's Republic.
Yeah. Dude.
Don't take that. We haven't copyrighted that yet.
Yeah. Well, it's out there now, and we have the timestamp, and this will hold up in a court if you.
Oh, we got that?
No, I don't know,
bro. Plato's Republic coming out early summer.
Yeah, 2022.
Starring Donald Blake.
Yo, so another thing. So like on top of that, like if somebody would donate just hundreds of thousands of dollars so that I could get a bunch of bros in togas just being like, yo, bro, millions and billions, follicles falling off the front of my head. But I had another idea, dude. It's for a tetherball movie.
Ooh.
I want to make a tetherball movie, and it would just be so fun. Because I played tetherball with John Babby, and we took the dogs to the park, and there was just like mad tetherball things. I was like, yo, St. Greg is serious about tetherball.
Dude, let me turn down the reverb. I sound like I'm in a sewer. I really want to get back into. I want to start filming some shit, just like setting up cameras and weird angles.
Angles and angles.
Popping the vibe.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Did people say that?
100%.
100%.
Popping the vibe. Get the strap. That's a get your camera thing. I think.
Get your strap.
Get the strap.
Get the strap. That's also a bedroom thing.
Oh no, that's a get the strap on. I'm talking. Get the strap is actually a gun thing. It's like anytime somebody missteps socially, you'll be like, get the strap.
You just reminded me. My brother called because we've been drinking lots of Coors Light this past week.
Yeah,
and so I guess one of the days there was someone from his work that was over at his house, and my brother called it a silver bullet, and the guy's like, a silver bullet? It's like the thing that they put up your ass in the army, and they were like, no, like a Coors Light, and I was like, also like. Why do you jump to that and not like the thing that kills a werewolf? Like, how do you go right to like bullet in the ass?
Wait, who is this?
This is this kid that works with Brian. And, so we asked John.
The military is putting bullet up your ass.
We asked John, and John's like, yeah, in my 9 years of service, I've never heard that before. Actually, probably I think it's long. 12 years. It's like in my 12 years of service, I've never heard of a silver bullet going up someone's ass.
Yeah, that's
I was like, that sounds like an old wives' tale.
Maybe that's like when I was in the Scouts, they would be like, "Oh, you got to go catch snipes," and snipes are made up. They just want to send you on a goose chase.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
also in a movie, right?
Yeah, the Up.
Yeah.
So okay, there
Sad
was
movie.
No, it's a good movie.
Oh,
you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it till the end. Coco gets me, but maybe Coco that's like the snipe hunt for this guy and his troop was getting the silver bullet up your butt. Like it's just like some frat bro initiation shit.
It sounds like some Civil War stuff. I think like Sarah Googled it. She was like, it says that they do it for like they use it as a thermometer, and I was like, I think they use a thermometer as a thermometer. I don't think they just stick a piece of silver up your ass.
Yeah, weigh this piece of silver ass. Dude, that kid, man.
Yeah.
How many times do you think like people are going to be talking about Coors or werewolves, and he's just like, the ass, man,
bro, it goes in the ass. It's very appropriate for butt stuff.
Silver Bullet Band.
The Silver Bullet. I had a beer at the Silver Bullet Lounge in Colorado. It was in the airport.
Wasn't that also Bob Seger?
The Bob Seger band.
Bob Seger and Silver Bullet or whatever.
That's why there's a lot of suspicion around the fact that Bob Seger may be a werewolf. Night moves.
Where did that book end up?
I don't know. That was a great book, though.
Dude, that was like one of those books where I would read it and just be like, this guy's funny.
The Silver Bullet Band.
And
even look at him. Let's pull him up. He looks like a werewolf. Just look up Bob Seger werewolf. No, it's not a warehouse. Shame on the Moon.
Werewolves of London comes up.
Look at that song. Night Moves. That one's called Like a Rock. Not really anything with werewolves, but it's a good song. It's in a lot of car commercials. Like a rock. We don't want to get pulled for playing this shit. I could hear this on Pix 106.
Working on a number. No, but he is a werewolf.
He's a werewolf.
And the book that I was referencing is by John Glazer.
He looks really sad. Isn't it called like something about like my father was in ZZ Top?
Ooh, might be.
I think that's the name of it. This is a book review.
My Dead Dad. That's what it was. My
Yes.
Dead Dad was in ZZ Top.
Great book.
If you got like 2 hours to just blast-
It's a great bathroom reader.
yeah,
That's really what it is. It's a perfect bathroom reader.
and also check out Delocated if you can, because it's super funny. IMO.
Yeah, Delocated is one of the best shows. But well, that was Adult Swim, right? That's probably one of
Yeah.
my favorite shows they had.
Dude, it's so. How upset do you think DJ is going to be on a scale of 1 to 10 about the mother thing?
About the Mother's Day text, the Mother's Day fiasco.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess really we'll know. We'll find out more next week.
Will he bring it up?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It will be. You know what? I'm willing to bet it's brought up within the first 5 minutes, which is a bet I can comfortably make because I could just make that happen.
Do it again.
I'll do it again. Oh my God!
Send an
Happy
emoji.
Sunday. Happy Sunday. Thinking about you.
Be like, do you need your lawn mowed? I'm gonna be in the neighborhood later.
I was gonna come by. I was gonna grill some hot dogs.
Is that pool open?
Is the pool open? We call them French benefits.
Then you can just hop the fence. Peter, is your pool open?
Yeah, Peter. Did you know that famous what is her name?
Amos?
Famous Amos, the cookie maker. Oh, she's on the news. Her name, she comes into work. She's a client there, and I saw her name, and I was like,
Lydia Kobita.
yeah, I think that's it. I think it's Lydia Kobita.
I always used to be like Lytia.
No. Look it up. Cause I saw it and I was like, isn't this the lady from? Isn't this Trisha Takanawa from
Kumi Tucker.
Kumi Tucker? That's who it is.
It's so
Yeah.
bad that I got that after.
Dude. Because I was looking at Kumi Tucker and I was like, isn't this the lady from Family Guy? She lives across the street from OPP.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's not.
The David Bowie one's funny.
Oh.
This will also get us pulled.
Meth is fine. Everything's fine. Go back to your own business.
Thanks, Tris.
Trisha on drugs.
Trisha on meth. Yeah, Kumi Tucker. Yeah, it's funny. Kumi
On meth.
Tucker's there, and I saw Bob Kovacic at New World. Bob Kovacic is like 6'5".
I saw Jim Cambrick
Oh,
at Indian Ladder Farms.
pull up Jim Cambrick. Maybe Jim Cambrick is the guy that I saw. This is the guy that I saw. This guy is fucking huge.
He moved to the city.
He did?
Yeah. His wife accepted some job down there or something.
Oh, what a slut.
Tonight, time to say goodbye. Weeks ago, I announced my retirement right at the point of departure.
Man,
So we don't get pulled. But that's so you can get an
Damn,
idea.
bro.
The challenges and rewards of putting a nightly news.
you think that's a real? Is that a photo or is that live?
He's an Illuminati puppet.
That background.
It's a photo. Illuminati puppet.
You think so?
Local Illuminati.
Local Illuminati puppet.
Do you think they have local branches of Illuminati?
Yeah, like a Toledo branch.
it's like the Skull and Bones Society of Albany.
Yeah, they must.
It's just
We got a Church of Satan here. They gotta have something to.
I get that
Masonic
idea
temple.
entirely from The Simpsons. Just like anytime they have like the Republican meeting, like, oh yes, how can we do that? Like, you know what I mean? And it's always just like it'll be the guy in the bee suit, Mr. Burns, Arnold Schwarzenegger's knockoff character, and shit like that.
So we've both been to the Colorado airport.
Yes.
Do you think that's
I don't know.
An
It is,
Illuminati hideout.
it is suspicious that so many billions were spent on this tent.
Dude, and speaking of, fucking horses scaring me, what about that fucking Horseman of the Apocalypse they got as you're fucking driving in that place?
Oh, yeah.
They got that fucking giant, terrifying Bronco with red eyes.
Hold on. Let's look that up.
It's scary. Denver Airport horse statue. Kills artist.
Did it?
That's what it said. Look at that fucking thing.
Guys, Google that Denver Airport horse
Dude,
statue.
this thing is bright red
Super
eye,
evil.
ready to fuck. You think they put cock on that thing?
Would it be terrifying without one? No.
What'd they give him? They gave him a little vajay.
They gave him a little humbled David cock.
I wonder if he's got little balls. He does. He's got. Oh, look at that. What the fuck is that?
he's all balls.
Is that getting? So something's getting fucked in the ass in that one.
Dude, why would they put this there though? This is terrifying. Oh, it's a Denver Bronco. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a Denver Bronco.
But it is a Bronco of the
It
apocalypse.
does, man. It looks cold. That wiener is small. They call it Lucifer. Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so listen to this, guys.
Yo.
It was made by Luis Jimenez, standing 32 feet tall and weighing 9,000 pounds, including its steel armature. Blue Mustang is located at the median of Pena Boulevard. Jimenez was killed in 2006 at the age of 65 while creating the sculpture when its head fell on him and severed an artery in his leg.
That is intense, bro.
That's why they gave it the red eyes.
He died doing what he loved.
Get the strap.
Get the strap. Get this man onto the fucking.
Get the strap. We need to get this fucking thing off his leg.
We gotta get this man to the ambulance.
That's-
Weighing 9,000 pounds. 32 feet tall.
If you're 32 feet tall and weigh 9,000 pounds, how much does your head weigh? Probably 1,000 pounds, right?
At least.
Get the strap.
I don't know. They should have put
Get
more
the
of the weight.
strap. Get the crane. We need to get this thing off of this man.
If they had just put more weight in the cock, it would have been it would have been steadier.
Wait, dude, it'd be so much funnier if the cock fell off. Like imagine it. Like that's why it's cockless. It had like a half-ton cock that just fell on this man and killed him.
Oh man, that'd be an awkward funeral. Well, that's unfortunate. Story of Lucifer, a real story behind Denver's demonic horse. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's some bad juju going on there.
Something evil is definitely happening.
Something so evil.
I was trying to lead the evil into
See you next week, peasants. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.